team seems to be in a good place right now. What comes first? Do you have leads to the team feeling good about itself, or do you have to feel good about yourself to get wins for your experience?
You have to play well to win. It's hard to win. Teams are good in this league. Players are good in this league, and for us to play well, we have to focus on being solid and aggressive in our defense, and then sharing the ball and making sure we're playing together the right way offensively. And so all that other stuff is just a byproduct of doing your job well.
Outside of LeBron, which is obviously a hefty challenge, what do you focus on when you're playing against this team that is down a few players?
Well, I mean, they have more than enough, and it starts with LeBron. Obviously, his dominance has been well chronicled, but they have a number of other guys that do a lot of good things, and obviously, the next one that really stands out to us is Rondo, because the way he's played against us, and obviously the respect we all have for him, and they beat us last time, and his shot obviously made the difference.
You mentioned Rondo. It's the challenge of facing two players, LeBron and Rondo, who are students of the game, study the other opponent.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to surprise those guys with actions. You're not going to surprise those guys with what you're running. You may score on an ATO like that once every couple of games, but it's not. Those guys know what's coming. They've lived everything in the league. They've seen everything in the league, and so it's just a matter of doing your job as well as you can. And they're both very, very smart basketball players.
It's that second unit when Jaylen's going and when Gordon's going. I mean, how much of a difference has that made, considering the troubles you've had in the second and third quarters?
Yeah, it's been better in the last few games, and those guys were starting to really go in that stint in the second half, even prior to the last couple of games. The stint in the first half has been just okay, but then when they've come back in the second, you look at the Washington game, the Houston game, all the way through, those have been better. Portland game, so I'm encouraged by their play overall, and we need those guys to be good. And as I said the other day, when we're trying to compete against the best of the best and trying to be the best version of ourselves, our depth has to be a strength. And a lot of the year, I think it's been, we've talked very openly about how hard it's been for everybody as we've all changed roles and changed opportunity and those type of things. And so it hasn't always been a strength. And I think it's starting to show that it can be, and hopefully it will be.
With Gordon in particular, does that seem, I feel like it seems to kind of solidify everybody's roles. Now Gordon's playing very well. He's clearly going to be handling the ball a lot. Am I correct in that? Does that help solidify roles in this team?
I don't know that he's handling it any more or less than he did maybe middle of the season. You guys would probably have just as much data as I would on it. I think that obviously when he's scoring it the way he scored it on Tuesday night and then following it up with a game winner on Wednesday, there's probably more attention paid to him. But he allows, I think, as does Jaylen, you to play any number of guys with that group. We could come back with Tatum in that group. We could come back with Al and Baines and go big. We could come back with Morris next to Terry and those other two guys. And just their versatility allows us some flexibility there. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, Coach.